What's up, guys? Welcome to my Blockbuster TV, the home of all your movie reactions and movie review. You are the right place here with us. So, for today's movies podcast, I'll be taking you through a 2025 new movie from the Marvel Studio. This movie is actually a seasonal movie. For those of you who are fans of Iron Man and you are so disappointed that Iron Man movie has come to an end, come on, don't be disappointed anymore, because this movie is like a subset of Iron Man. This movie is known as IronHeart, and this movie is so cool. There's still a lot of things to be unlocked in this movie because it is a seasonal movie. But so far, the episode 1 to 6, I'm gonna give you a complete breakdown about it. Okay, everything about it, and I also give you the lesson which I took away from it, and finally I will also give you the movie rating about these episodes. Okay, I will do this within the next 8 minutes or 9 minutes. So let's all do it together. Stay down and watch this, and I will take it gradually with you, step by step. Let's go, guys. Let's talk about this movie, The IronHeart. This movie all began with a girl known as Lily Williams. She was kicked out from the Tony Stark University, the Iron Man's university that precedes its legacy. Okay, she was kicked out for illegally building an iron suit. So when she came back home to her mom in Chicago, she was immediately recruited by a group of highly sophisticated criminals who were in need of a skillful, qualified tech worker to replace their former tech guy called Storr. This group was led by Parker Robbins and followed by his cousin John King. So this guy Parker was disowned by his father when he was 12. But later on, he received a magical clock from a demonic being called Dormammu with a hidden intention of accessing the human realm using Parker as his puppet. So this clock gave this Parker guy a lot of abilities like invisibility, bending of bullets, and so on, a lot of abilities. And with this, he was known as the Hood. So that was the name that they all called him when he became this powerful. So back to Lily Williams. So she then agreed to join this gang because she was in need of money to build a good iron suit. Yeah, because to her, ideas and technology without the money to support it is a total waste. So she was able to get an AI. She imputed an AI into the suit she was building, and this AI was in form of her dead best friend called Nathaniel. So this gave her a lot of comfort, to forget the tragedy that took the lives of her dad and her best friend. So doing one specific operation by these criminals, she got help from a guy called Ezekiel Stern, aka Joe. So this guy, he happens to be the son of Obadiah Stern. Obadiah Stern is the villain from the first Iron Man's movie. Unfortunately, things went bad in this mission as Lily Williams, she was so obsessed in getting a piece of Parker's clock to investigate where this power source of the Hood came from. But she was caught by John King. John King is a cousin of Parker, and this led to the death of John King in that operation. And also, accidentally, she dropped a piece of evidence of the equipment that was given to her by Ezekiel Stern. Ezekiel Stern is the son of Obadiah Stern. And this implicated this guy, and finally, Ezekiel Stern was landed into the prison because of this. Parker, out of curiosity, he used his power to check the past, and he saw everything that happened, how his cousin died, and now he has waged a war on Lily Williams. And also he found a way to take this guy Stern out of prison. He broke into the prison and escaped Ezekiel Stern, and his mission was that he did something to him and used him so that he can take out Lily Williams as a payback. But in the process of defending herself. Okay, when they came to kill her, she exposed to her former gang members that this is what happened, that it was Parker that killed Storm. Storm was once of their member before, the guy that was a priest, yeah, by Ray Williams. So this information, it finally disbanded this group and everybody went their way. Finally, Ezekiel, with his new abilities from Parker, was able to take down the Williams, but he didn't kill her because of maybe their old friendship. Then he told her to leave town and never to return again. But it happened that she didn't finally leave town. Okay, instead, she went and she created an upgraded version of her iron suit. And this was possible with the help of her mom, Ziva, Gray, and Zama. Zama, this girl, she's a winch lady, and she is the one that studied this piece of Parker's clock. And she channeled all the powers, all the energy from the clock into this new iron suit that was created. But this power is magic. And magic always takes when it gives. So when when you channel all the powers into this iron suit, this new iron suit, this magical powers, it replaced the AI. Okay, the AI that was in form of our best friend, of our dead best friend, Nathaniel. This power of magic replaced the AI. Okay, and now this girl, she was so mad because that AI gave her a lot of comfort. But that is magic. It takes and it gives. It gives and it takes. So she went back to battle Apaka after this iron suit was created, this magical iron suit. Then, since she's now fighting magic with magic, she was finally able to take down Parker and she took his clock. But after this battle, she was being manipulated by the Dark Lord, Domamu, into entering an agreement to take the evil clock in exchange of bringing back to life her dead best friend, Nathaniel. So that was what happened, and she ended up being what she hated most because she was fighting Parker because of the power, and now she's the one that's possessing that power now. So that was crazy. So that was what happened in this episode 1 to episode 6 of this movie, and we look forward to see more episodes, and I will keep you guys updated. Coming down to the lessons which I took away from this movie, like this movie is a seasonal movie and there are a lot of things still to be unlocked. But for this one so far, like, I'm taking out one key important lesson, and this lesson is don't rush into an agreement or into a deal. Don't rush to take a deal or to make an agreement with someone or somebody except you have understood the terms and the condition, everything surrounding the agreement before you can sign or make that agreement. That is the lesson which I took away from this movie, and it is very, very important. So many people have rushed into agreement because of the offer, because of they were so desperate, not knowing what they were entering into. They are entering into a bondage. They're entering into problem. They're entering into everlasting torment. I'm telling you. So don't rush into an agreement or rush to take a deal, except you have understood perfectly all the terms and conditions surrounding that deal, surrounding the agreement. Look at Parker Robbins. This guy made an agreement with the demonic being because he was so desperate for power, desperate of authority. He was so desperate. After his dad disowned him, he was desperate to do anything. Now, he took this deal with this demonic being, and he has landed himself into everlasting torment, into bondage that he cannot escape. Despite he has been trying to come out, but he cannot come out from this bondage. Also look at Ezekiel Stan. Ezekiel Stan took a deal with Parker Robbins, because he was so desperate to come out from prison. He was desperate to do anything just to come out from this prison. And finally he came out, and he became a puppet for this guy. And now he is in everlasting torment, everlasting bondage because of this agreement. Even Williams, Lily Williams, she also like signed an agreement with these guys, with these criminals as well, because she was desperate for money to build a suit for herself, and now she is fighting to come out. She is fighting, and her life is in danger, and her loved ones are also in danger. So that is it. Never take an agreement without knowing or understanding completely every terms and condition surrounding the agreement. So far so good. This movie, from the episode 1 to 6, which is currently out, I'm going to rate this movie 7 over 10. This movie is actually very cool. It's very nice. Okay, this movie is like a continuous of the movie Iron Man, but in a serial way. So this movie, there's a lot of things I'm expecting to see in this movie which I haven't seen. That is why I'm rating it 7. But since it's a serial movie, there's a lot of episodes to come. So like I look forward to see more great things and more expectations which I'm seeking. So that is it for now. Okay, 7 over 10, and I'm so glad that I'm sharing this with you guys. Thank you guys for your time with us in this movies podcast. Thank you so much, for spending your precious time with us. I'm so happy that I impacted what I understood from this movie to you right there. And I believe that these lessons which I have taken away from this movie, which is don't rush into an agreement or into a deal with somebody because you are desperate, because you are so in need of something. Don't rush into a deal. Make sure you understand every terms and conditions surrounding that deal, because that has put a lot of people in big problem which they can't come out from. So that's what happened in this movie, and is happening in the world today. So guys, thank you so much for your time. But I believe that I will see you in our next movie content. But before I go, don't forget to drop whatsoever is on your mind about this content, the lessons which you also learned, your rating and the reasons. Drop it down there with us in the comment section. And finally, subscribe, like, share this video, support us with super thanks, and finally also join our membership. Thank you guys. See you in our next movie content. Bye.